Hey guys, this is Prince from Ledger CS,
And this is Dan. Welcome back.
and we are here for one more hour to help you and answer all your questions regarding crypto, ledger, NFT, smart contracts, hacks, scams, anything. So you can drop your questions in the chat and we'll answer them one by one. And if there's no questions, we may also share some updates from our side if we have some.
Absolutely. And guys, as usual, give us a quick feedback if you can hear us correctly, because we're always testing new setups. I think it's fair to say. So we're never 100% sure that everything is gonna work as intended. So just let us know if you can hear us properly, if the image is good. Yeah, we're seeing some familiar faces in the chat. And if everything is good, then we'll start. Maybe before we start, Prince, maybe a disclaimer about scams and
Yep.
yeah.
So guys, first of all, that even having a ledger device does not, is like your own. You have to protect your keys by yourself as well. So do not, never, ever share your 24-word seed phrase with anyone, like anyone pretending to like ask and pretending to be us and asking for 24 words. It's not us. It's just a scammer who wants to get your funds. So Ledger will never ask for you. We'll never need that 24-word seed phrase. We can help you without it. Like that's how we work. And also do not fall for any fake account, because there are a lot of fake accounts. Always download the Ledger Live app from our website, the desktop app. And for the mobile app, you can, of course, you download it from the Android and the Play Store. But please go through our website so you can be redirected to the official link and you don't be safe from any fake links, basically.
Lots of scams in crypto, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a honeypot for a lot of scammers. Yeah. Well, it's easy because there are a lot of new users who are like trying to understand crypto, trying to work their way around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, they're easy targets basically.
Cool.
Okay, people can hear us loud and clear. Great.
Perfect. Thank you. So guys, welcome as usual. Thank you so much. We're here for an hour, give or take. Drop your question in the chat. You can ask us anything you want. It can be crypto related, not crypto related, ledger, not ledger, crypto. Like let's try to keep it crypto related, but you can ask us anything you want. That's why we're here.
Okay. So the first question is from Jinzo Pax. Hello. At the moment, I have to sign a transaction on Ledger Live, and it's still rolling and up the icon for waiting, but nothing is happening at all. Basically, can't do anything. Just if I go through MetaMask. Okay, so I think you're talking. So okay, there was new Ledger Live update. So if you update it to the new app, there is a new bug that is affecting some users. So basically, what is happening is like maybe you're trying to send your funds from your address, and then you're going to the last step, and then you just see that screen rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry, there's a workaround. We're trying to fix it already, so it could be fixed soon. But in the meantime, just do one thing before you start anything on Ledger Live app. Connect your device. Open the crypto app on your Ledger device and then start sending your funds, and then you'll be able to send or add an account if you're trying to add an account. But it's completely safe, and like it's just a small bug and we're trying to fix it. We already escalated this to our dev team for investigation, and in the meantime you just like keep your app open on the crypto screen, and then just like the Dan is showing, and then you click on send, select the account, confirm the address on the screen, and then you'll be able to send your assets.
Okay, so open the app and then start the flow on Ledger Live, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Next question is for you. Hi, in January you announced that Hedera token and NFT support will be released soon, yet there are still not people to handle tokens. Is there any update?
So unfortunately, I don't have any updates. I know the team is still working on it, but the issue is like, first of all, like apologies for the delay. We know that the Hedera community has been waiting for that for a long time. Tokens and NFTs and staking for HBAR still not supporting Ledger Live. We're still working on it. We don't have an ETA, unfortunately. That being said, you can use a third-party wallet like Hashback, the same one that you used to originally create your account, before you imported it in Ledger Live. I would say at this point, it's probably a good idea to just stick with Hashback until we enable more features in Ledger Live. Honestly, Hashback's super secure. Like you get the same security by using Hashback in your Ledger device that you would by using Ledger Live and your Ledger device, because the private keys are always on the device. So I would say, we'll still work on it. Once there is a update, we'll probably tweet about it. But for now, just keep using Hashback. It's probably the best experience for you.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a little bit more time to enable all these new features and additional protocols for the blockchain, because it's very complex, guys. And for us, security is paramount importance. So it has to be super secure, completely 100%. Then only we can ship it to the users. So that's why sometimes it might take more time than we might expect, and there could be a last minute bug that could push the ETA behind, and that's why we do not provide ETA. But then of course we are working, so definitely on the roadmap. But since right now we don't have firm ETA on it. Next is Piester Oshborn. Hey guys, I'm from Holland. Questions are all these NFTs from poly scam or are there any genuine ones? I can't swap anymore. Every time I press the exchange and my ledger says exchange is ready, but nothing happens. It just keeps on loading after confirming the exchange. Can it be my settings? I have enabled and only Bluetooth unenabled.
That's probably the same bugger.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
So, I hope I'm not saying your name incorrectly. It's Pieter. So basically, there's an app. There's an issue on Ledger Live. So it's not on your side. It's on the Ledger Live, and you are not able to swap your transactions. But don't worry, we are working on fixing it. But there's a workaround. You can again open the crypto app on your Ledger device before doing everything, and then start the whole flow of clicking on swap, selecting the accounts, selecting the trading pair that you want, and then you'll be able to go through. Also, if you're trying to swap XRP, then there are some delays on by the service provider. So that is not something due to Ledger Live, and because due to the surge in XRP market prices, there's some swap delays, and some swaps are even maybe on hold for some time. But if you are trying to do XRP swaps, so then you might face some issue. Or you can always use a third-party app and swap your assets directly, or you can send it to an exchange and swap it from there as well.
Yeah, and for the NFT part, like those NFTs that you see in Ledger Live, they are scams, probably. If they are not solicited by you, like they are scams. What you can do is you can just hide those NFTs. So I'm showing my screen, hopefully here. You go into your account, like for example, this is your Matic account. You select the NFT you want to hide. So for example, this one, you right click on it, hide the NFT collection, and then hide the NFT, and you should be good. And that's it. And it's fair to say that you should not touch the NFT, right? Don't try to move it, don't try to send it or sell it or visit the page on OpenSea, right? Just don't interact with it.
Yeah, because even if you try to move it, like if, I know you want to move it out from your account, but then to do that you have to sign a transaction. And since it's a scam NFT, there could be a malicious smart contract underlying the NFT, and it could drain your entire address or account. So it's better just to hide it and just forget about it in the end. Next is for you, I guess.
It's a bunch of shout outs. Thank you guys for the feedback. It's good to hear that the sound is good. Tim is here.
Oh, Agostino is saying, hey guys. Hey.
Agostino, Linwood, 77, like a lot of familiar faces. Tim Macmillan.
What's up? Next is Wheel 7. Okay. What is the easiest way to confirm what blockchain to send what token to?
It's a good question. It depends if you're sending from an exchange or if you're sending from Ledger Live. So if you're sending from Ledger Live, basically you don't really have a choice. You're sending, you will be doing your transaction on the blockchain on which the token is stored. So for example, if you have your tokens into your Polygon accounts, then all the transaction from that account will be done on the Polygon network, unless you do something like bridging to a different network, which is possible. So you could go into the Discover section here, and then, oh, by the way, the Discover section is brand new. You could go to the Discover section and then bridge your token, for example, using Squid from your Polygon account to another account, but you'll pay a transaction fee for that. So when you are in Ledger Live, the account decides on which network you are, transacting basically. Now, when it comes to an exchange, let's say you are on Binance and you want to withdraw your Matic to a chain. I would say it's up to you. If it's an ERC20 token or a coin that's EVM compatible, then you can send it to Polygon or Ethereum. But in general, what we recommend is to send the coin to its native network, right? So if you've got some Bitcoin, then you might want to make sure that you send the Bitcoin to the Bitcoin blockchain. If you have some ERC20 tokens, send them to Ethereum, or if Ethereum is too expensive for you, maybe Arbitrum, or maybe to Polygon, and so on and so forth, right? If you have Cardano ADA, then send it to the Cardano network, and so you can never go wrong that way. I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Yeah, like usually just stick to the main network if like for the most of the coins, because sometimes you might see that the fees is low on the Binance native network, that is Binance Smart Chain, but then you don't not getting the same token. You're just getting a cloned version of that token, and of course, if something happens to Binance, then yeah, that coin will not be of any value in the end. So it's always a thumb rule is to send the main coins by their main network. So for Bitcoin, you send it by Bitcoin, Ethereum by Ethereum. But of course, there are some tokens that you can trade on different networks, as Dan told. So you can decide up to which one you want to choose. But thumb rule is to send it by that's what I do. Like I use the main nets. I don't trust the Binance pegged tokens because they are not the real tokens. They're just pegged against, and Binance has the real tokens with them. So
That's true.
next is
I like that question.
when is Ledger airdrop?
There's not going to be an airdrop, guys. Sorry for that.
Yeah, we do not do airdrops, and if you see any post on any of our Twitter accounts or any other Twitter accounts saying that there's airdrop, that's a big red flag, guys.
Red flag.
And it's a scam. It's
Yeah.
a scam. Do not fall for it. We are not going to do it. And if you're going to do it, we'll announce it, but then I don't think we're going to.
I don't think it's going to happen. Like, it wouldn't help. Like, it wouldn't make sense for us to have a token. It would just be like, I don't know. It wouldn't, like, your ledger device doesn't need a token, really. Like, there are so many tokens in existence, so I don't think the world needs yet one other token.
Okay, here is Agostino. Hi guys, I have some Arweave in my Arweave wallet, and I want to know, can I send it to my Ledger Nano S Plus to an Arweave Ethereum account?
Can I send it to my to an Arweave Ethereum account? From
An Arweave wallet.
From an Arweave wallet. That's not. Okay. That's a weird. So things to consider. So first of all, like, Arweave is only compatible with Nano S Plus right now, right? Not Nano X. So you should be but to check. I don't think Nano X is supported. But like, if you have your coins into an Arweave, like a software Arweave wallet, and you want to send them to your ledger, you'll need to connect your ledger device to the Arweave wallet, which only supports Nano S Plus. So you should be good. Although Prince is checking that, but I think it's only compatible with the Nano S Plus. So that will be a Arweave to Arweave transaction, right, on the Arweave network. So you won't have the option to send it via Ethereum. If you wanted to have your Arweave token on Ethereum, you would have to bridge those tokens to your Ethereum account, which wouldn't add anything really. You would just be paying a lot of transaction fees. And it's better to keep, as Prince was saying like a minute ago, you've got Arweave. Your Arweave are best kept and most useful on the Arweave network. There is no really any value in sending them to the Ethereum network. So I would say just keep that in the Arweave network, send from your software wallet or hot wallet to your Ledger wallets connected to Arweave, the Arweave app. So I hope that answered your question here.
So I'm going to put the Help Center article link so that you can follow the steps, and then you can create a Ledger Arweave account, but you're just using the Arweave front end, Arweave wallet front end instead of Ledger Live to create that account. But your keys are completely protected by your Ledger device. So, and follow-up question from the next handles is Arweave in Ledger Live. So we don't have an ETA for that yet, but we can of course escalate your feedback to our dev team and see if there is any plans for in future.
Mm-hmm. So it's only compatible with Nano S Plus, right?
And Nano S as well.
And Nano S, right? But no Nano X. So you're good. You can actually create a Arweave account that is secure by your Ledger device, and then send from your hot desktop wallet to that Ledger wallet, right? But that transaction will be on the Arweave network. It's not going to be through the Ethereum network.
Exactly. Next is Telnet2G, which has deleted his message. Alan Franks, he said hi guys, and he deleted his message. Then it's Paul, if I wire transfer from my bank account to Ledger, will the money come in as BTC or enter as a USD coin in Ledger? Currently I did not add any fiat on my Ledger.
Interesting.
So fiat is not supported by Ledger devices. Of course you cannot send your normal fiat currency to Ledger because it's not supported. You can do one thing, you can buy like the USDC coin directly via Ledger Live, and then it will be sent directly to your address with your USD, of course. And there are multiple partners that are included in Ledger Live, and you simply just add it, and then you will easily get the funds in your account. that is the one way to do it. Or you can buy your funds, basically USDC coin on exchange, and then send it to Ledger Live. But please do not send any fiat on any network, because Ledger Live or Ledger device does not support any fiat currencies for the moment. Next
Okay.
is for you. It's from Nadora. Hi,
Hey.
I transferred Wagme games and some other tokens, but I can't see the prices, and it's not reflecting all the money I owe.
Okay. So my hunch is Wagme Games is not supported in Ledger Live, which means that the coins are in the wallet, but the reason why you don't see the value of the balance is because Ledger is not able to detect the price. That's all. So what we can do is we can escalate that to our developers. So later, maybe in the next version of Ledger Live, they'll be able to connect a price feed for that particular token. But if instead of a balance you see like a hyphen or a little dash, then don't worry, it's normal. It just means that Ledger cannot detect the value, but it doesn't mean the token doesn't have any value. It's just Ledger not being able to display it.
Yeah, and that is because sometimes the tokens are partially integrated in Ledger Live, and of course the full integration follows after a few releases. But of course, if you have these tokens, we can of course escalate this to our dev team, and then they can maybe update it in the upcoming versions of Ledger Live. But don't worry, you can still see your token values inside Ledger Live using the Zerion dApp, and so that's what you want to see on the screen. So you can just go to Ledger Live Discover section and just type Zerion in the search bar, and that's the second app you'll see, and then it will show you your token values for all the crypto assets on Binance, Ethereum, or Polygon network, basically.
Yep, cool. And Zerion is just like, what is Zerion? Can you explain?
So Zerion is just a dApp, guys, just like Ledger Live inside Ledger Live, and it's just there to, like, of course, in case sometimes Ledger Live is not a bit buggy and you're not able to see the token values correctly, or if you send some tokens and you're not seeing the transactions in the account, then you can directly check it in Zerion dApp. It's just a way to see your accounts on the blockchain, and it supports multiple chains like Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum network, and Polygon as well. So it's just going to show you the correct counter values for your token, because it has added all those tokens inside already.
Okay, cool.
Next is MW. It's not possible to transfer token with hashback and Ledger. Ledger does not support this. Probably the association of the token. Only HBAR transfers work. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised by it, but yeah, we'll need to double check that, I think, because you should be able to transfer tokens as well, unless the app in the Ledger device is not designed for it, but typically the app should be. So maybe there is a bug here on our side.
Yeah. Or you can also try using my HBAR wallet. It also has an option to connect your Ledger device directly via connect hardware wallet button, and then try to send your tokens from there and see if that works as an alternative. In the meantime, we'll also escalate this to our dev and ask them, like, is there any issue with sending tokens from HBAR, and does it support sending tokens at the moment or not?
If you are facing any particular like error message on hashback, that might be useful if you communicate that to us as well, so we know what's going on. Because if it's not a bug with Ledger, it might be something happening with hashback, or maybe you have the wrong recovery phrase. For you, I don't know, but yeah, just share the error message if you see one. That will be useful.
Next is Telnet 2G. I had a BitTorrent in Ledger, and it is moved to BitTorrent old, which marks the price 1 of 1000 than the original price. How to solve this? So I guess these are the old tokens, and then they got maybe upgraded to the new token smart contract, I guess.
It's possible that we regressed here.
Yeah. No worries, we'll just check Telnet. But I think it's possible that this token was like a smart contract has been updated, and then maybe it's not updated on our end, and then that's why you're seeing the old tokens like BTT old, and you can just do one thing, connect your Ledger device to TronScan. And that's a front end for Tron network, and it's completely safe. Just connect it via connect wallet button, and then you should be able to see if your address actually has the new tokens. And if you do that, then I think you might be on the older version of Ledger Live. I'm not saying, I'm just guessing right now. But yeah, just come and just check it on the TronScan first, and then if you can see it there, then get back to us, and then maybe there's a bug in Ledger Live which can be fixed. So no worries. Next is Piester again. To be honest, it did cost me a lot of money. Now that I can swap for 3 days now, I can't fill up my XLM account. So, Pierre, sorry for that, but unfortunately, the services inside Ledger Live are not controlled by us, and we have no control over the transactions or your the swaps. It's completely a third-party service provider who handles and manages all this. Uh, of course, if we are sorry that you have to pay high fees as well, but of course, you can always select not to swap your assets directly in Ledger Live. You can directly send it to an exchange, swap it from there. There are also different dApps inside the Discover section. If you go to Ledger Live, you will see Discover tab. There are multiple dApps inside Discover section which are completely decentralized, and they will be much cost effective if you want to swap your assets. Now, of course, all the trading pairs will not be supported at the moment, but we are trying to add much more than before. And of course, there are also DEXs outside Ledger Live that you can be used. You just have to connect your Ledger device with the connect wallet button, guys. Never import your 24-word seed phrase to any third-party dApp or website. Always use the connect wallet button. And sometimes you won't see a Ledger option over there, but don't worry. In that case, also you can still use a third-party wallet like MetaMask or Coinbase wallet extension to connect your Ledger device to that dApp, and not the exchange, the extension. Because sometimes people get confused between the exchange and the wallet. And yeah, you can swap your assets directly from there.
I think we answered the next question. We've got a little shout out from 77. Thank you.
Thanks, 77. Next is Paul Lorenzo.
It's about buying BTC via transfer from bank accounts, and the money will come as USDT or as BTC. Well, it will come as it depends. I think we answered the question already, but typically, like, you would buy Bitcoin from a buy provider, and so the provider will buy the Bitcoin for you using your, the credit card credentials that you provided, and then they will send you the BTC from their wallet to your wallet, and this is how you're able to get BTC. If you want USDT, then you can also probably buy that from one of the buy providers. I'm thinking like MoonPay supports USDT, and I think USDC as well. So you can store that into like an Ethereum wallet, for example, and then it's a bit like having USD in a wallet, right? A crypto version of USD, US dollar. So that's one way you can get US dollars into a crypto account. But again, this is not the US dollar that you have in your bank account. It's a blockchain representation of a US dollar. Okay.
Next is Agostino Serra. Thank you, Agostino. Thank you. Next
Best
is
shirt.
Jim C. Any word on Stacks for the people that did pre-order? So, guys, Stacks is definitely. We apologize for the delay. We know we are completely very late on the dates that we had said earlier, but trust us, guys. We are working round the clock. Our teams are working round the clock to ship the device as soon as possible. If you have ordered via pre-order, of course, you'll be in the previous first batches of the shipments. And then if you've ordered it late, then you'll be that much behind. But we are going to ship this, and then you will get an email on your email that you provided during the pre-order. And if you used, I think if they bought it via NFT, then I guess there is some different process to do that. But you will definitely get an email with the notification of your shipment as soon as the devices are shipped out. And I hope it comes very soon, and we're working definitely on it.
And if you didn't pre-order, then once we finish shipping the pre-orders, then we'll reopen the regular orders. So there'll be a second round. But first, we need to honor the first the pre-orders, like they have the priority.
Next is Crypto Phil. He's saying, I do not trust Ledger anymore. We are sorry, Phil. If you want to let us know why you don't trust us anymore, we can definitely talk about it and try to win your trust back, because that's what we do. And we're really sad that you have felt that way, and please let us know if we can do anything about it. We are here to help you. We're still here for at least half an hour. If you have any questions, we're here to clear it out. And because we believe in transparency, we believe in communication, and that's what is our values and mottos for the company, and that's what we follow as well in our customer success team.
Talk to us, Phil. We're here to answer your question, man.
Next is MW. Thanks. The issue is that tokens need to be associated first, allow listed, and this is not possible yet on Ledger.
So it's correct, but the allow list works on our side, so it's different than what you mean is you're probably thinking of what's happening with MetaMask, where you can whitelist tokens by yourself, basically add custom tokens by yourself. This is not possible in Ledger Live yet, although that would be a cool feature. I think we've been saying this for ages now. But there is a discussion internally. There are security reasons why we don't have this self-allow function. That being said, you can use MetaMask if you want to see any kind of token. But there is you're right in saying that internally at Ledger there is a process when we want to list tokens in Ledger Live just to make sure that whatever is going to be listed is not a scam, is safe to use, that the smart contract is not going to drain your account or things like that. So that's also one of the reasons why we don't let any token be listed on Ledger Live.
Exactly. So next is Telnet. Sure, I will check TronScan. Thanks. Yeah, Telnet. If you see your tokens there and don't see it in Ledger Live, then please definitely get back to us. We'll definitely investigate this with you, and we'll definitely help you find the missing tokens which you think are missing. Next is Jim C. Any time frame on stacks? Any idea on a date? Not to hold you, but some kind of idea of the time frame.
It's a fair question.
Definitely. Unfortunately, we don't have a time frame yet, but our teams are working, as I told you, around the clock, and we will have some more information soon, and we'll definitely communicate it via our social channels, and then so that our users can get some kind of more information on what is happening with the stacks orders, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Jake Elite. Am I the only one who just joins this live every time just to listen in and enjoy the show? Thanks, Jake. If you have any questions, Jake, please ask them live. We are here for at least half an hour more, and that's what we do. We ask, instead of you coming to us, this is a new thing of us coming to you and asking you any questions that you might have, or even any doubt that you might have, or any simple question about crypto in general if you might have. We are here to help you out, and that's what we are here for 30 more minutes.
I think we skipped Dobry question about Ripple as well.
Yep, sorry Dobry. So now that Ripple has clarity, could be possible to see XRP used as collateral in crypto draft for loans?
Okay, so I can try to answer this question. So we've never, at Ledger, we've never taken a position regarding XRP. We are a neutral platform, so that's why Ledger XRP was always available in Ledger. Now the question is do we integrate a dApp that will let you do that with your XRP? And as far as I know, there is no roadmap to integrate any such dApp. However, if you have any suggestions of something like a compound on XRP, I don't know if that's already built, but that could be something, right? The equivalent of compound on XRP, or maybe on Flare, because I know that the Flare network, I think there is a way to bridge your XRP or a representation of XRP onto the Flare network, and then I'm guessing they have some sort of lending market on Flare as well. So that might be something that you might be able to do, not in Ledger Live, but by connecting bridging your XRP over to your Flare account, and then using that into a Flare dApp that supports lending. It's a lot of steps. If you want more information, we can probably help, but that would require probably reaching out to us via tickets, so we can just maybe write a quick tutorial for you, or film a quick video that will show you all the steps. Now that being said, be very careful using dApps outside of Ledger Live, I would say, because we've seen a lot of scams and people getting signing transactions that would drain their wallet and things like that. So there is always a risk. So lending and borrowing is good. I love DeFi for that, but always be careful. And if you have any doubt, then just please reach out to us. It's always better to send us an email, ask for advice, so we can test things and just show you the secure way to go about things, right?
It's Pieter again. Hi again. I tried to swap some Ethereum to Render, but forgot to make a Render account first. So what happened to it? So I'll tell you. First of all, Pieter, since it's an ERC20 token, you do not need to create different accounts for each token. You just have to create one Ethereum account, and then you can use it for managing all your ERC tokens, your NFTs, your Ethereum. So if you have swapped it on the Ethereum network inside Ledger Live, then you should just get it inside your Ethereum mainnet Ethereum account, and it will be appearing as a token just below the Ethereum. You will see your RNDR tokens. If you don't see it, then please share the transaction ID that you might have and your address as well, and then we can help you investigate and see where the token went. But I don't think that would be the case. Just go and open your Ethereum account in Ledger Live and just click on show tokens, and then your RNDR token should be there if you have swapped it on the Ethereum network basically.
Maybe I can show like what that would look like. So you said like the token would be
Yeah, like hidden in the
inside something like here, right? Show
Yeah.
token, it will be listed
Exactly.
like underneath, right?
So if you have swapped it on the same network, then of course your token will be inside the Ethereum account. If you swapped or you have swapped on a different chain, then it might be that we need to check it. But I think it's only supported on Ethereum and Polygon, so you could have only swapped in either of two. So check your Ethereum account and your Polygon account, and then you should be able to see your tokens there.
Is Render supported by Ledger Live? I don't even know if that's because like is
Yeah.
Render its own chain
No,
or
it's an
ERC20 token? Yeah.
Can check it.
We're gonna check real quick if Render is supported in Ledger Live because that might be the main reason why you don't see your tokens, or maybe like you're running an old version of Ledger Live.
Yes, it's supported.
It's supported, yeah. So you should be able to see it, but you need to update Ledger Live as well.
Yeah, make sure to be on the latest version 2.64, and you should be able to see the tokens directly in your Ethereum account. Also, you can do one thing, as we mentioned earlier, you can go to Discover tab, you can go to Xerion, and it will also show you your tokens over there, and there it will show you on all different networks. So you don't have to switch networks in that way, and then you will see your token somewhere over there. And if you need more help in moving that token from a different network to Ethereum back, let us know. We can definitely guide you with that as well.
As you can see, like Xerion can detect, you give like an address and Xerion will read this address on multiple blockchains. And
That's
so,
all networks.
yeah, you can check all networks. And
Oh, no, it supports. Well, they have included Phantom and Arbitrum and Genesis as well.
yeah, it's pretty good. So you see, like you've got plenty of chains that are detected, maybe more than that actually. Maybe Optimism is supported as well, and then it will display like all the different tokens that you have on multiple chains. So this is pretty cool, and Ledger like Xerion is definitely faster at integrating more tokens, supported tokens. So it's a very good tool. Not many people know about it.
Next is Agostino. XRP is not out of woods yet. Yes, that could be the case. They only consider a non-security on sex sales and public. Processes is not yet over, but I'm confident that they will win.
It's true that like it's been just like it's only been one court in the U.S. First instance court that give the decision, right? But it could take years for if the SEC appeals the decision, then that will go in court of appeal, and then that could go all the way to the Supreme Court. So we might see the SEC saga like continue for a lot of time. But the first decision was encouraging, I think.
Yeah, and guys, since you guys won the first round in SEC versus XRP, there has been a price surge, but of course that has will also lead like the transactions getting more pumped up. And then, of course, that is the time when all the scammers come out of the woods as well and then try to attack you. And you can be either targeted with dusting attacks, or you can be targeted by fake ledger guys pretending to update your app and asking for a 24-word seed phrase. Please do not share your 24 words at any circumstances. Do not ever enter it on your computer or on your phone. The only place where you have to enter your 24 words, it's on that device, and no place other than that device. Exactly.
And can you touch on like the swap thing as well? Because like there was a spike and a lot of people trying to swap into XRP, but what happened?
So guys, also if you're trying to swap XRP right now inside Ledger Live, the transactions will take a bit more time than you actually thought, and it might be also put on hold because of course of the market fluctuations. But of course, they like the service providers are the one who taking care of it. Then it's not us, and so we do not have any visibility on your transactions. So we'd suggest if your transactions are stuck, in case they are stuck, then please reach out to that support team. We have I think we have
Changely
and CIC, and they have their support emails directly over there. And of course, they might be a little bit late in getting back to you because of course they have a ton of requests right now because of the swap surge. So please wait for some time, and they will definitely get back to you once your ticket comes in front of them. And so you will not be ignored or you will not be let go. It's just like they will take some time to process the swap.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that behind those swaps there is actually a provider. I mean, not every swap service in Ledger Live is a centralized service. So Changely is a centralized service. It's a bit like an exchange, right? A third-party service. But we have also decentralized options like Thor Swap, Pair Swap, 1inch, Squid, Rango, yeah. But so there is a spectrum, right? Some of those providers are decentralized, some of them aren't decentralized. Typically, the centralized providers and also the decentralized services, they have, it's like a store that sells candy or whatever. They have an inventory of coins that they can sell immediately. But if there is too much demand for it, then they run out of stock. And now they need to procure the coins from somewhere else. And that's why those backlog build basically, because everybody wants to buy XRP. I've got 10,000 XRP to sell. I sell the XRP for the first 10,000 people asking me for it, but then I run out of stock. So now I need to procure the stuff from a different exchange, and maybe that will cost me a fee as a service provider. So I have to now take that into account into the price, that transaction to you. And so there is a whole supply chain that goes into bringing coins to you. Basically, I don't think a lot of people realize that there is an actual supply chain for it behind it. Sorry, that was a little tangent, but I always find it pretty interesting how things work.
Next is Kenneth Donald. Do you leave your Ledger device hooked up to Ledger Live when you're transferring crypto back to exchange? Don't do it.
Oh, okay. Hi, Kenneth. So yeah, do you leave your Ledger device hooked up to Ledger Live when you are transferring crypto back onto exchange? You don't have to. Wait, you are transferring back? Yeah. So yes, you have to, because you will have to create that transaction, right? So you will go into Ledger Live, you'll select the account, send, paste the exchange account, which you should always double check to make sure that they match, right? And then you will have to literally, you will see the transaction information on the device screen. You will have to read and review carefully the device information. And if you agree with those information, then you can sign the transaction, and then that will broadcast the transaction to the network. Once the transaction is confirmed, then you will see the coins appear in your exchange account. So in that respect, then the device needs to be confirmed, connected to Ledger Live for the signature. Now, the other way around, if you withdraw coins from, let's say, Binance to your Ethereum account on Ledger Live, then you don't need the device connected, because the transaction happens from the Binance wallet to your wallet, but it's the Binance wallet that will need to do the signature, so your device doesn't need to be involved. Hope that's clear.
Next is 77. I've seen a few XRP scams for a couple of months on YouTube live rebroadcast sit-down sessions. I've been trying to take them down by reporting it. It's sad what they do. Surely they are. It's really sad, but scammers are going to be scammers. That's what they do. That's what the job is. But 77, you can do one thing. You can always reach out to us, and you can report them to us, and we have a team of brand protection and can take it down if you want to do that as well. Because we are here to help. We also don't want our users to be scammed by any fake scammers basically. And so definitely reach out to us, and if you want to report it to us, you can report it to us. If you want to report it directly, which you are doing right now, you can also keep doing that. And thanks for your vigilance, and thanks for your support to us as well. Next one is Emma Watson. Never type your seed phrase anywhere except your Ledger device itself. This was my 20k euro lesson learned. Really, really sorry to hear that, Emma. We know that sometimes everything is happening at such a pace that you don't get time to actually think whatever you're doing is real or not. So that's why we, as you might see on our screen, there are fake Ledger Live apps, guys. So only download the Ledger Live app from your from our website. No other portal will give you the official website Ledger Live desktop app. And as you might be able to see on the screen, fake Ledger Live apps will look similar to what we have right now, but in the end they will ask you for your 24 words seed phrase, and once you enter them on your computer, that's it. They have your funds, they have your keys, and then they can move your funds anytime, anywhere they want. So always only enter 24 words on the seed phrase on the Ledger device, and nowhere else. No computer, no phone, no password manager app. No, don't send it to anyone pretending to be from support or Ledger support, or even if you're someone do not send it to anyone, because that's the master key to all your accounts. Once you give that, when you are giving the keys to your castle, and then your entire castle can be
sacked.
Robbed basically. So please do not do that. And again, sorry, Emma, sorry to hear about your loss, and we hope that next time this doesn't happen to you ever again, or to any of our customers. So guys, please be a little aware, and we are here to help you out. So reach out to us. We do these sessions each day of the week at different times, of course. So you don't have to wait for us to reach us by email. You can just directly ask your questions here, and we will reply to you as soon, and we can help you as much as you want. And if there are some technical issues, then in that case we'll ask you to open a support ticket. But that way we'll tell you to follow the right page and reach us correctly, and so you don't get scammed in the process. Sorry for the little bit of long answer, but
That was good.
I feel bad for people who lose their assets, guys.
Very passionate. Yeah, for sure. Don't get scammed, guys. Please don't share your recovery phrase. I think I'll take the next question. Okay, there's like a million questions. The next question is about higher consciousness. Like he or she has ARB in one account, but they're getting the error. Like error, parent account needs ETH for transfer fee. When I send ETH to that account, it goes to my one account that has Gala token. I think it's because your ETH is currently in your Ethereum account, but Arbitrum is a separate network, right? So if you send ETH to your Arbitrum account address, then what's happening actually is the ETH stays on the Ethereum blockchain. What you can do instead is using something like
Hop Exchange?
Yeah, Hop Exchange or Squid, which is in Ledger Live. And so what you want is you want to bring your ETH. So for example, let's say you've got an ETH balance here on your Ethereum account. You want that ETH balance to be appearing in your Ledger Arbitrum account here, okay? And so what you can use, you can go into the Discover section here, and then you can select, you can select Squid. You select your Ethereum account, ETH, and then you select Arbitrum ETH as well, and then you create that transaction that will cost you a little bit of money, but it's up to you to decide if you want to do the bridge or not, or you can use an exchange instead. And then what that will do is like move your ETH from your Ethereum account to your Arbitrum account, and then you'll be good to go. And once you've got ETH in your Arbitrum account, you'll be able to move do whatever you want, pay transactions from that account.
Yep. And if they are on the same network, then I think if you have not added their account, then I think it automatically going to the first account. That could be also the case. So yeah, if you can provide some more details, then good. And if you are satisfied with the answer, let us know as well. Next is Rohit Datta. If Ledger Incorporation closes down, what will happen to the device support and updates? And do we have to move our crypto to other wallets? So yes, if a company goes out of the business, which I hope never to do that, because I love working for Ledger, and it's a great company. But if that happens, then yes, you will need to move your cryptos to another hardware or software wallet that is BIP39 compatible. That's a protocol, BIP39. So there are a lot of wallets outside right now in the market that are BIP39 compatible. So you just need your 24-word seed phrase and just set up the new device with the same 24 words, and then it will give you access to the same accounts which you are managing with your Ledger device. But I don't think that would happen, because I want Ledger to grow, and so I can grow as well with Ledger, and my crypto knowledge to grow as well. So I hope that it won't happen. But if that happens, then yes, the answer is right. You will have to move your crypto to another wallet.
Next question is from Azela Yusuf, which is a return guest on the live. So hi Azela. So hi guys, nice to see you again. God bless. Yeah, God bless you too. I'm on my computer. Okay, I'm on my computer. My Nano X is has 4 coins left inside. They took the best ones. Now I have Nano S. I haven't used it yet. When bring up Ledger Live Nano X is showing up, how do I separate these devices to use them separately? So if you see accounts that belong to your Nano X and accounts that belong to your Nano S Plus, and you don't want to see the accounts that have been compromised because they are linked to the recovery phrase that is inside your Nano S, then what you can do is just remove the accounts that are linked to your Nano S. So I'll show you in a second how that would work. You would go into Ledger Live, and let's say, for example, let's say this Algorand account here is your account that's linked to your Nano S that's been compromised. You can just click on the account, you click the little wrench icon here, and then you remove it from the portfolio, and the account will disappear. And you don't have to do anything else except, of course, to protect your recovery phrase, the one that's still safe and connected to your Nano X, I guess.
And I think he's not used his Nano S yet. So you can do one thing, Azela. You can just like reset the device. If you want to move the coins, you can first do one thing. You can transfer your remaining coins to an temporary exchange account. Then you can reset your Ledger Nano X and set it up with a new 24-word seed phrase. This way, the old compromised seed phrase will not be having any impact on your new seed phrase. And then just connect it to your Ledger Live and add new accounts again. And once you do that, you will be able to send your assets again and they'll be secured again. The compromised seed phrase is the only thing that is compromised now, so you cannot do anything with that. But the new seed phrase is completely secured because it's generated offline on your device and you can start sending your cryptos again. But make sure to add new accounts in Ledger Live rather than using your old accounts because they are linked to your old 24-word seed phrase and they're still like compromised, so they're not safe. So try to just add new accounts in Ledger Live and you'll be able be able to manage your crypto assets safely and securely.
Yeah.
And we have a help center article.
Yeah, this help center article basically will run you through the steps to what Prinjal just describes, basically.
Yeah. And continue from Rohit Datta. I'm receiving NFT airdrop daily that are scams and dangerous. Can you filter the malicious NFTs? Actually, Rohit, you can actually do that right now. It's a feature. It's possible in Ledger Live. So if you receive any scam NFT and if you just open the account and then you just scroll down, right click on the NFT and then you can just hide the NFT connection. Because that's the easiest way to do it and the most safest way to do it, because if you try to move it or send it, you will be able to sign a smart contract transaction. And if you do that, you might get your assets might get drained because you don't know if that smart contract is a good one or a malicious one. Usually it can't be malicious because it's a scam NFT, so it's there to scam you basically. So the most safest thing to all the guys listening out there, the most safest thing to do if you receive any scam NFT or scam token is to just hide them. There is option to do that. Just right click on the token and then you will be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not dangerous if it's in your account, as long as you ignore it. Okay, so just hide them and you're good. Well, we've got a lot of questions. There was a little lull, but...
Peter, second, hi, I try to swap other coins, but they all don't want to connect to my device. It keeps loading. I did what you said, open the accounts first, but no. So not the account, you have to open the crypto app on your Ledger device and then you have to click on swap and then go through the swap flow. But and if it's not working, then please let us know. We still have another workaround, but which is a little bit more tricky to do it. And that's why we're asking, just open whichever crypto app you want to try to swap, just open that app on the device and then click on swap in Ledger Live and then you can go ahead and swap. And if that doesn't work, please reach out to us. There's also another workaround which is a bit technical, a bit complex. Is to roll back to the previous version of Ledger Live and then you'll be able to swap your assets. Don't worry, if you are still not able to do it, you can go to Discover tab in Ledger Live and there are different dApps which you can use and then you'll be able to swap your assets from there as well. So there are always workarounds and alternatives to fix the issue. So let us know how does it go for you, Peter.
Let us know if you go, how it goes, because this is a new bug and we want to keep an eye on it because that's a pretty bad one, to be honest. Skeeter McGoo, will wallets work without updates? Yes, it will work without, if you don't update it. So first of all, there's two kinds of updates, right? There are updates to Ledger Live. Ledger Live is the software part. So this is Ledger Live. So there are updates to Ledger Live and typically they appear at the top here. Although the new version of Ledger Live will automatically update for you, so you don't have to go through the hassle of doing
just
this
like
yourself.
The phone Ledger Live mobile app, how it automatically updates every time. Same thing.
Yeah. So Ledger Live, it's recommended to update. I mean, it's recommended to update Ledger Live, but also the device. So Ledger Live you can update, and you can check the version here in settings, about, and version. This is the latest version, right? So that's updates to Ledger Live, but there are a separate kind of update, which is updates to the device itself. That would be firmware update. So typically what we recommend is just to keep both up to date because that guarantees optimal, that guarantees that you don't get connection issues basically, because if you keep updating Ledger Live, but your Ledger device firmware is not updated, then eventually after a few updates of Ledger Live, you might start to get connection issues. So that's why we recommend that you keep everything up to date. It doesn't have to be every single day, but just do it at least every 3 months or so.
Next is Maxim. How to withdraw Bitcoin via Lightning Network to what account of Ledger? Is it Taproot? So Ledger does not support a Lightning Network at the moment, so you will not be able to send your transactions via Lightning Network. But we do support Taproot, so you can definitely add a Taproot account inside Ledger Live, and then you can send your Bitcoin via Bitcoin Network to the Taproot without the Lightning Network, of course. So. And we don't have any ETA yet on if we're going to support Lightning Network or not. But yeah, definitely for now you can use Taproot and you can add that account inside Ledger Live. So, and of course it might take some time because with Bitcoin it's tricky. There are 4 different type of address formats in Ledger Live. So we just let the thing scroll for some time, and then you will see different address formats that you can add inside Ledger Live as well.
So this is you will get like a little toggle here, and then you'll be able to select a Taproot account, right?
Exactly.
Yep. Make sure to open the app before you actually go. You click on the Add Account button, right? Because otherwise you might get this this bug. So make sure the Bitcoin app is open on your device, just like that. It should say Bitcoin is ready, and then you can do what Prince just said, and then toggle and select Taproot as an account type.
Yes. Next is hyperconsciousness. Thanks. Welcome. And then it's Firm button. How to use one NanoX and transfer the balance from non-passphrase account to passphrase account.
Good question.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So first of all, you'll have to add 2 accounts in Ledger Live, which I think you already added. That's why you're saying passphrase account and non-passphrase account. So it's simple. First, you just go to the passphrase account, click on receive, copy, get the address, copy it. Then go to your click on send, select the recovery phrase account, paste the passphrase account, select the amount, and choose the speed of the transaction, and then you just send it like a normal transaction. There's nothing special you have to do. You're sending it from one address to another address. One is protected by a recovery phrase, and another one is protected by a passphrase. Just make sure to name both your accounts differently. Otherwise, you will be confused. And then you might run into an error message. Something went wrong. Please check the associated recovery phrase or passphrase matches with your device, something like that.
So, like to rename, you would do this, right?
Just click on open the account, click on the wrench icon on the right, and then you can just rename your account to whatever name. You can just say passphrase account, Bitcoin passphrase, and Bitcoin recovery phrase, something like that. And so this way you will make sure to keep your account separated, and you won't run into any troubles when managing it inside Ledger Live.
Cool. Next,
7-7.
So your seed phrase it's more a statement than a question, I think. But your seed phrase is like the Trojan horse from the movie Troy. Letting the Trojan horse into the city is like a scammer hiding in the Trojan horse to take your fund. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Don't let the Trojan horse inside your city. Don't let scammers get a hold of your recovery phrase, because I think one thing that's not always understood is a scammer can get access to your funds even though they don't have access to the device, right? The only thing that they need is the 24 recovery phrase, because this phrase represents all your private keys. So once you've got the recovery phrase, you can, import those private keys into your own device and access your account, right? So that's the reason why we keep telling you guys, like, never share your 24 recovery phrase.
Next is Pieter. I know I swapped before. So Pieter, yes, it's a temporary issue, and if you're not able to go through the swap, please reach out to us, and we'll definitely investigate what exactly is going wrong for you, and we'll help you and provide you at least alternatives to fix this issue. Because everything it's fixable, there's a workaround, and we can definitely do that. I think I'll just drop the link to how to roll back your Ledger Live to previous version. So then that way you just have to roll back to the old version of Ledger Live, and then you can swap your assets without any. So you can downgrade it to an older version, and you can swap your assets.
Okay, cool. And it's perfectly safe, right?
Yeah.
To roll back, like there is no security.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to compromise your accounts or anything like that.
No, it's completely safe, but just you will not have the new tokens and blockchain protocols inside the old version. So
it's not recommended to stay on an old version forever, right? It's just like once the bug is fixed, then.
Or once your swap is done, then you can definitely update the.
Although the last version seems to have this issue with
this latest version.
adding accounts. So it's probably a good idea to roll back like for now until we fix the bug.
Skeeter Magoo is thanks guys. Welcome Skeeter. Then firm button. Is it likely that future firmware update will require a full reset as it has done in the past?
New version, new devices that don't really require like a reset.
No, like he means like when they try to update the firmware, sometimes the device gets reset automatically. Yeah. So it happens very rarely. Like and we know it happens, and then I think we should escalate it to the dev team. So maybe they can try to fix it if it's possible to fix it, and maybe just a behavior of the device. Yeah. Like I think five out of 100 times it might happen. Like when you're updating the firmware.
Yeah.
But it's a very rare case. So that's why if you have your 24 words seed phrase, you're completely safe. But of course you have to restore it, and it's a painful process. So we'll definitely escalate this feedback to our dev team, and then we can see if it's possible to provide this experience to our users and improve this experience for our users.
Okay, maybe a couple more questions, unless you have to go, Prince, but...
Yeah, I guess we can take the last one because I think it's an interesting one.
The recovery question. Yeah.
From the time Ledger Recover, it's from Rohit Datta. From the time the Ledger Recover updated came and dropped, I have not updated the Ledger. I'm scared now that if I update, Ledger will extract my seed phrase. No, Rohit. Like we don't want your seed phrase, and that is the thing. I think people it was our mistake. We didn't communicate it properly. So what, Rohit? Even if you update the firmware and you do not, and so it will not extract the seed phrase. First of all, there is no backdoor. And Ledger does not want your seed phrase. We just want to protect the people who lose their seed phrase. It's for the people who are entering. So that is the main idea behind Recover. Is we see a lot of people, they use the Ledger devices and their 24 words at the same time, and then we cannot help them recover their access to their funds. The funds will always be there, and they'll always be able to see them, but they won't be able to manage them. So the Recover service is for these kind of people who are not able to safeguard their 24 words by themselves. And updating the firmware will never give us or anyone access to your 24 word seed phrase.
Yeah.
You will have to create an account, go through a KYC process with the company who's offering the service, and then this seed phrase will be, it's a long process, it will be encrypted, and then it will be moved in a different place. But that's an all different thing. Just as you know, or you cannot, as Ledger as a company cannot extract seed phrase. It was not the case before the new firmware update, and it's not the case after the firmware. The security model remains the same.
And to be clear, so if you update your firmware, that doesn't automatically activate Recover, and even if that will never be the case, right? It's completely optional, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a completely optional service, and again, it's for the people who do not believe themselves to take care of the seed phrase, and they do need some third-party custodian or let's say so backup service provider to safeguard their keys, basically.
Yeah, and if you don't like Recover, that's fine. You don't have to use it. You know, it's for some people might use it, some people might not. It's perfectly fine. You can just completely ignore Recover, but still we recommend that you keep the firmware up to date because that brings some security advantages and features. But again, updating the firmware will not activate Recover. You can't accidentally activate Recover.
Yeah, it's not like you can press. You cannot press both the buttons and the service is activated. No, it's not going to be like that. Because it's just a service where you have to create an account, you have to provide your KYC documents because that KYC will be linked to your seed phrase. So it's a big process, guys. It's just not one step process. It's like multiple step process. And service is not even live yet, guys. Service is not live yet. It's not activated yet.
And it's optional.
Yeah, and it's optional. So once the service is going to be launched, we'll come out with even more communications about this. We have already posted a blog post and the open source part of the Ledger Recover. So you can please read and check out the white paper that explains the service in very detail and depth. Of course, it might get a bit technical in between, but you can read that there is no extraction or backdoor with this service.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There is nothing and that's the thing. People have not read the white paper correctly. And that's why they have these misconceptions, and that's why we need to.
It's also our fault. We failed to communicate clearly.
Yeah, that was our fault. The way it was released, it was not communicated correctly. But of course, we make mistakes, and we learn, and that's why we are here openly discussing about Recover because there's nothing to hide, and it's a completely safe, it's a completely safe service, and it will not affect if you're not using it, if you're not opting for it.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes for you. The security model remains the same.
Okay, cool.
You want to take more? Or
maybe what else do we have?
Segwit to native Segwit. So it's firm button. It's asking Segwit to native Segwit. No issues with the address.
Issues, yeah.
No, all the Bitcoin addresses are compatible with each other. You can send it from one address to another address format. there's no issues with that.
Yeah. So the other thing, like I tried to send the tokens to my Trust wallet last weekend. The tokens are still in my wallet, but my ETH fund went down to process the transaction. Ledger Live told me it's on the blockchain. It's still in my wallet. I think it's because the transaction is stuck or failed. So when a transaction fails on the Ethereum blockchain, a little bit of ETH gets consumed because to pay for that transaction, even though the transaction failed. So it's a small amount, of course. So I would say, like, if the transaction failed, it might be a good idea to reach out to us so we can check the status of the transaction, although you can use Etherscan to check it yourself. If the transaction is unsuccessful, you'll see it on Etherscan. And then you can rebroadcast the transaction, make sure to select a faster fee. But yeah, so that's what I would recommend.
Next is form button. I have received address I can easily recognize. Can I keep reusing it for Bitcoin? So yes, it's a UTXO based blockchain like Cardano, like in Bitcoin, where the receiving address keeps on changing with each transaction. So each time you click on receive, it will change if you already have a transaction before. And it's completely safe to use the previous address. It's just for the privacy reasons. This blockchain offers a new receiving address each time. So it's completely up to you. The previous addresses are also completely safe to use, and you don't have to use the new address. But it's recommended for privacy purpose. But of course, it's your money, it's your account. It has to be your choice.
Maybe the last question from Kenneth.
Yes.
That's interesting. Like when working with your ledger, do you take auto lock off? I do personally.
Yeah, it depends. If I have to do a lot of trading and if I have to do a lot of operations in the day, we do because we work in ledger customer success.
Because we use it all the time.
We have to use it. We have to reproduce all the errors that our users go through, and that's why we keep it auto lock off. But
not recommended.
Not recommended for safety purpose. It's always meant better to have auto lock on. So even if someone has your device and it's completely unlocked, then they can just connect it to any third party wallet or even Ledger Live and even move your funds without your permission. So it's always recommended to have an auto lock on your device. Some of them who don't know how to set it up or how to change the timing, you can just go to settings and there is an option to set up the auto lock basically.
The fast auto lock is recommended, I would say, the 30-second. By default, I think it's 30-second to lock screen. I think that's good because you can select 5 minutes, 1, 3, and 5 minutes, but this is way too long because within 5 minutes, someone could find your device. If you leave your device unattended on a table, someone, as Prince was describing, someone could find your device and just drain your funds. So definitely the fastest auto lock you can. I would keep that.
Yep. And this is the last question from Yvonne Stokes. Can you describe how to set limit orders on Nano X? And can you set up multiple orders like that?
You can't really set limit orders like you would on Binance, for example, because Ledger Live is not an exchange, basically. However, what you could do, there are some dexes out there on Solana, for example, that will let you select do limit orders. So there is one called Orca, ORCAA. No, that's wrong. ORCA, or like the fish, right? Orca. It's a DEX on Solana, and they will let you, I think, set limit orders. But that's one option. There might be DEXs on Ethereum that will let you do the same thing, maybe on Polygon. But I don't think it's the norm. And again, if you're just using something like Changely, I don't think there is an option to set limit orders.
No, I didn't. I'm not so sure if there is one, but
it's more like a one-off. Do you want to buy? Boom, you buy, and that's it. But again, that might eventually be,
integrated.
Integrated, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Merlin, yeah. I don't. Well, we can look into it. If we find something, we can let you know. But Prince is checking this Discover.
That might offer this, because I think I've seen it before, but I'm not sure. But there is one DApp I think that actually
Merlin, right?
Yes, could be. I'm not sure. That's the thing, but
it looks like what you call it, like a Zerion sort of.
It's like
DApp.
for different change.
Yeah, but yeah.
So I think it does somewhat. But then, of course, join us on our next YouTube stream, and I'll have that answer for you, Yuan. If not in Ledger Live, I'll let you know what service which you can use with your Ledger device and do this completely safely within the security of your Ledger.
It's a promise.
Yep. And Firmware is saying thanks guys. Kenneth Donald saying thanks guys. Last question: when are we wallet on Legend Nano X, please? Yes, GD, we covered it in the beginning. Our team is working on developing the app for Nano X users, so it should be coming really soon. Of course, we cannot provide any ETAs because last minute bugs can push the ETAs behind. But fingers crossed, it's gonna come. It's gonna come soon, and just give us some time, and we're working on it. With that, guys, I think we will wrap up this session of our AMA, and we'll be here next week with us two on the same day. But if we do it every day of the week, and I'm just gonna put the AMA schedule for the next, so you don't have to wait for us to reach you. Like you just can join any of the US session and the or the European or the France session where we are currently, and ask your questions live, because we love this. We love helping you out, and so we can help you out faster than before and more efficiently. And check out our AMA schedule, guys, and you can always set up the next one.
Yeah, so there is one tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. That's today. Yeah, there is one tomorrow on Friday. Today is Thursday, right?
Yes, today is Thursday.
Today is Thursday. So there is one tomorrow on Friday, and that would be a live onboarding, which is like for beginners mostly. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's, I think if you go down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
So it's gonna be 7 p.m. Central Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time (PST). So tune in, and if you are new users, you'll definitely enjoy it because our team members will unbox the Ledger device and they'll show you how to set it up. And this way you can you can set up the device safely. And Rohit, there is a cross-chain swap inside Ledger Live. It's called Thor Swap in Discover section. Check it out. You may have some nice options to swap it on different chains rather than on the same chain.
Yeah. If not, check Rango Exchange as well. They have a lot of.
Yes. 77 is saying glad you love the Trojan horse. Thank you. Yvonne Stokes saying thanks. And Giri is saying thanks. So guys, thank you for help and see you next week.